What is up, you guys? Today it is my goal to help you guys identify whether you are a self-leader or not a self-leader. And if you're on the path of not being a self-leader, it's my goal to help you get on that right track. Now, I want to thank you. I want to thank you and welcome you to the Prosperous Life Podcast, because this is where you can begin to truly live that prosperous life and develop that foundation for the life that you deserve. I'm Braiden Belnap, and even though I'm a life coach today that focuses on helping people to develop the prosperous life that they deserve, there was a time I was a follower. I wasn't always this self-leader. There's a time that I did the drugs that people did. There's a time that I stole things people stole. There's a time that I was told who to be and what to do, and that hasn't stopped. I'm still told who to be and what to do from a lot of different variations of people. I just know who I am today, and I know what I'm doing. Now, to speak to that, there was a time that I stole money even from my own brother because I wanted to be loved from my friends to buy us all drugs. And there was a time where I struggled with who I was and what I wanted to do. But through the journey of doing these drugs, stealing, and acting in accordance to who I wasn't, I began to see a light of who I was capable of being and what I was capable of doing. And through that process, there was a time that I made the decision. I made the decision to change. I made the decision of who I wanted to be. I made the decision of what I wanted to do. And it's a choice to stay in the following of others, and it's a choice to be a leader. And today you have the opportunity to make that choice. And really, this is for you, whether you are a self-leader or not, because we can all get 1% better at the end of the day. And if you're a self-leader saying, no, I can't get better, I'm the best me, there's nothing I can improve on, probably tells me that you're actually more so a follower than you think. There's a problem. A lot of the people in this day and age are declaring the life that they want to live, declaring the person that they want to be, declaring all that they want in life, the millions of dollars, the millions of followers, the love, and there's no action. People think that they can sit on their butts, think about everything that they want, and it will naturally come. That's not how manifestation works, if you want to put a word to it. The way it works is you dream, you have faith, you have hope, and you think about all that you want. Because yes, all that you see in this world started from a thought, but it was followed up with action. When you can think of something and you can see it and you take action, you will begin to create the life that you deserve. But you can't just think anymore. It's time to take action. It's time to be that self-leader. So today, that is your opportunity. You have the opportunity to think, to have faith, to have hope. But you also have the opportunity to create your next best steps after this, or within this podcast, if you want to pause and play as we go. And from there, if you take action, you will begin to live the prosperous life which you deserve. So now we beg the question, are you a self-leader? Now, I want to pause here for just a moment. I want you to think about that question before we even get into the content, because there's two different forms here. There's content and there's context. We can get in the content, and it's easy to say yes that you are to all of them, because I'm sure it's nothing new that you've seen, but most people aren't going to take action on this content. Self-leaders do. Now, the context is who you are. Are you a self-leader? Surface level, you can say yes. Context determines on whether you believe you are or not. It also determines whether you think you're capable of becoming a self-leader or not. What is your belief system around being a self-leader? So are you a self-leader? Now, self-leader encompasses 9 things. 1, they have an awareness of their surroundings, the people, places, what's going on around them, and an awareness within themselves. They have an identity, meaning they know who they are and who they want to be in this world. They have a vision. Naturally, they have a vision. They see what's gone wrong in the past and they recognize the past. They see what's going on in the now. They see their next goals, and they even see further than their next goals. They have a mindset that is powerful. They're in control of their emotional mastery. They have a spiritual health. They have a purpose. They take action, and they don't just think about themselves. They strive to make an impact. Now, again, this is nothing new that you guys have heard. So let's even go deeper. If you can follow the next 4 things that I talk about, you will naturally be a self-leader for yourself, but you will naturally be a self-leader for others as well. And on top of that, you'll naturally master those 9 steps. So step 1 is going to be demonstration and expectations. You will naturally demonstrate and have high expectations of high standards. But you don't just have high standards for yourself, you have high standards for others around you, whether that's a team you're managing, a family, friends, colleagues. Whatever the case is, you demonstrate and have high standards for yourself. And through that, you naturally have high standards for others so that you're not just getting better, the people around you are getting better. Step 2 is being directive. You're willing to give orders to yourself and you're willing to give orders to others. And as you give orders to others and yourself, you follow through. Because if you want to lose any rapport with yourself, confidence, rapport with your team and confidence in you from your team, go ahead and direct something and don't follow through. That is the quickest way to lose trust with yourself or with a team. Number 3 is participative. You need to participate. It's just not a matter of being high manager saying, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. No, you're willing to be in the dirt. You're really willing to get your hands dirty. You're willing to do the dirty work even if you don't want to, because nobody else below you wants to. So are you willing to go do the work yourself? And 4 is being supportive. Being able to create a safe space. You can be the directive manager telling people to do X, Y, Z and not ever doing it yourself. But if you're actually capable of getting in the dirt and maybe having an office or a room or even a phone call where you can create a safe space for anybody to call you and talk to you about work life or personal life, you will naturally be a leader of yourself and others. It's important to create that supportive space for yourself and others if you're going to be a self-leader, because that allows you to communicate your thoughts, your emotions, beliefs, perspectives, and not being shamed for what you think or your opinions. And that way you can always bounce new ideas off of and how to move forward. So again, just to recap, 1, you need to demonstrate and expect high standards. 2, you need to be directive. 3, participative. And 4, supportive. Now, through all of that, ask yourself, are you a self-leader? Content-wise on all this, it's probably easy to say too, but I want you to really go into the context. Do you believe you are a self-leader? Do you believe you are a self-leader? And if not, that's okay, but be willing to admit it to yourself, because through action taking and building that trust and rapport with yourself, you can gain that belief and you can transform it. And I'm going to show you how today. And again, if you follow these steps, naturally you will be a self-leader. So let's move into really visualization, because I've given you a lot of content how to be a self-leader, but now I really want you to see it for yourself. Let's visualize. Now, if you're driving or not in a safe area, of course, I did want to encourage you to do this part, pause it, come back. But if you're in a safe place, I would encourage you to close your eyes. And this is going to be short, but envision yourself walking up a mountain. And you come to a fork in the road. To the left is the path that you've been going down. What does that look like? What's the pain and the pleasures that you would experience? How does your life look like in your career, your business, your identity, your spirit, mind, body, your finances, the impact, your material items? What does life really look like? To the right, you choose to be a self-leader. You choose to show up 100% for yourself and the people around you. What does life look like? What's the pleasure that you experience, the pain? What does your material items look like? What does your spirit, mind, body look like? What's your identity? How do you feel? And I want you to really think about this for a moment. Invoke emotion. And just sit for a moment. Look at both paths. And when you're ready, open up your eyes. And if you need to, please pause the podcast as I'm moving on here. But if you have it available to you, if not, you can just think. I would encourage you to take out a piece of paper. The first line I want you to write, I choose blank because blank. I choose to be a self-leader because then you're going to go into a couple of different sections here. 1, understand the pain. What is the pain of your life if you don't become a self-leader? Step 2, I choose to be a self-leader because then you're going to identify the pleasures. Because I'll be able to be the best dad or mom in the entire world. I'll be able to make the impact that I want to make. I'll be able to write that book that I've been talking about for years. Really identify the pleasures. And then we're going to create our plan and path to get there. I'm not expecting you to go from 1 to 100 here. This will take time. But now we need to identify your transformation. What are your next steps for becoming a self-leader? Are you expecting high standards but not demonstrating them? Are you demonstrating high standards but not expecting them? Are you directive but you're not participative, you're not getting in the dirt? Are you supportive but way too over supportive where people are taking advantage of you? What are your next steps? Is that going to be to do the things that you said you're going to do? Really identify your next best steps. And then 4 is action. Nothing will be achieved without action. So it's your time to take action. It's your time to become the self-leader, because you cannot be 100% for anybody else if you are not 100% for you. So again, I want to summarize. A self-leader has awareness of self and awareness of environment. He or she has identity, knows who they are. They have a vision for the past, present, and future. They have their mindset intact, emotional mastery, and spirit mastery. They have a purpose. They take action, and they think about others in the process as they want to make an impact. Those will naturally be achieved if they follow the 4 things of demonstrating and expecting high standards, being directive, and not just giving orders, but following through on their own orders. They're participative. They're willing to get down in the dirt. And 4, they're supportive and willing to create a safe space for individuals. From there, you need to evaluate really what you want to accomplish in life, who you want to be and what you want to do. Then you need to understand the pain of staying where you're at and the pleasures of transforming that. From there, you need to create your plan and path and how to get to who you want to be and what you want to do and how you can be that self-leader. And then you need to take action. Again, a lot of people are declaring who they want to be and what they want to do, but a lot of people are not taking action. And that's the misconception here. If you want to live that prosperous life, it is crucial. It's not an option. It is crucial for you to think, evoke emotion around what you want to be, who you want to be, and what you want to do. And then you need to take action. And someday you'll wake up and you'll be like, wow, look at this prosperous life in which I created. With that in mind, I encourage you all to get together with a partner. If you feel like you're missing accountability, go out and find a friend, find a family member, find a stranger, find somebody to listen to this podcast with and take action together. And if you want support, I created the Prosperous Life membership where I coach you every single week. You have a mini course that will help you develop that baseline of a prosperous life, but you get a community of people actively trying to become more and achieve more in life. And those can be your accountability partners. With that in mind, if you want to go to the link in the description or to braidenbelnap.com, you can check it out, and I would love to have you. With that in mind, thank you so much again for today. Thank you for showing up, because as you show up, it gives you permission to be more, which allows you to go accomplish more and make a bigger impact. If today was serving, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend that would find this beneficial. Have a wonderful rest of your day.